Disappointed. It's last thing you ever want to do is lose at home, regardless of who you play. And so disappointed with the outcome. Our bench, which has been really good for us this year, did not help us today. I'm not an analytics guy. I don't really know. I definitely don't coach based on analytics. But if you look at the plus minuses, we got some guys that played 5-6 minutes, and while they were on the court, we were minus 15, and and that's we didn't get any. And it's not just points; it's defensively. It's not running offense the right way. It was disappointing, but it's they played like a top 10 team that's already played an SEC game. We played like a team that's trying to figure out if we're good enough to be a top 10 team, and had not played a league game, and that's the part that's disappointing there.
Question for Coach David on the left side of the room.
Frank, if you know Keyshawn, what's going on there?
Yeah, I asked him at halftime. I said, "Did it pop out?" He said no, and I think what he said was, it's an AC sprain. So I don't know what. I haven't talked to Mark yet, so I don't know the degree of sprain or the severity of a sprain. Everyone's. He definitely couldn't play today, but everyone's different with that. Like I had a guy named Luis Colon tore his labrum, and he played the rest of the year, and he was left-handed and tore his left labrum, and so everyone's different.
Coach, I know you're not one to make excuses, but I just wanted to know your thoughts with that first half. Do you think it had anything to do with just being off for 2 weeks, not being at that game speed, and some guys being out, and just not having that continuity, perhaps? Because in the second half, you guys looked like a different team out there.
Yeah, we had COVID guys. We're no different than everyone else. That's why we didn't play a South Carolina State game. We had guys with COVID coming back from Christmas. So, but still, we've had everyone except Taquan Woodley for 3 practices. And I can't ask those guys to prepare any better. The only guy had a bad, and this is not calling out a player, I'm just being honest with you. He just was, I don't know, I don't want to say disengaged. He just wasn't any good at practice. It just, it was Devin. He just had a really bad 3 days of practice. But I thought that the older guys, Wildens, James, and Eric, for the most part, A.J. Wilson, I thought his energy was good. He just didn't play well on offense, but I thought his energy was good. I thought those guys played like guys that had been through league play before. When Keyshawn went in there, I thought Keyshawn was playing with, in those 3 minutes, the best energy he's played with this year. I was disappointed in Jermaine, but guy hasn't practiced in 6 weeks or whatever. Basically, 4 practices since 3 weeks before the first game. So that's why I left him out there as much as I did in the second half. He's got to get back to the speed and aggression of a game. But, Joe, that had something to do with it. I think our guys they've already played a league game. It's a huge league. Basketball is different. And they were better prepared than we were to handle that moment. But still, it's disappointing because our bench has been – that's what let us down today. And they've been really good for us this year. We'll be all right.
Hey, Coach, are there any positives you could take away from this game, knowing that, okay, you guys were down by 20, but you guys were able to bring the game within 8? And then, 2, your thoughts on Eric's performance tonight?
Yeah, there's a lot of positives out of this game. I mean, it stinks to lose. I mean, losing is not any good. It's I thought that when we got down, I don't want to say when we got down 20, when we got down 15 or 14, whatever it was in the first half, then we started playing better offensively. It's what killed us today was our offense. I mean, we went through a segment there in the first half where We just didn't play well. But other positives, yeah, I thought we had guys. I saw AJ play with the most energy he's played with in his brief career here in South Carolina. I thought he played with a tremendous aggression. I thought Wildens played with tremendous aggression. Finishing those plays, because that was going into the game, that was a big thing. If you're going to be at the rim, you got to go crush it, because Kessler's coming, and he's really good defensively blocking shots. And Wildens did that. He didn't go in there passively. He went in there to attack the rim. And, obviously Eric, James Reese is as good a defender as I've been around. I mean, that was the difference of the game. I couldn't get Bruce ended up playing Jasper and Green together the majority of the game. And I couldn't get another guard to neutralize whoever James did not defend. And those two guys hurt us. And not those two guys. Whoever James guarded, we were okay. It's whoever James was not guarding, that's who Bruce put in action, and that guy hurt us. We didn't have another guard put up a fight defensively. And that was a problem. But we're going to be all right. These guys, our practices leading into this today have been tremendous. We just got to keep working. It's league plays difficult. Now that we got this out of the way, I think we'll be a lot better from a performance standpoint on Saturday.
Stay in the back middle, Cam Gaskins.
Hey, Frank, you touched on the offense not really being there tonight. Was it just one of those nights you chalk up to shots not falling, or were there some decision-making issues that you might have to address with the way the offense was operating?
No, James missed some threes in the first half. I mean, he had some threes that he just missed. It is what it is. But our point guard play was not very good today. I mean, it's and if your point guard doesn't play well, it's hard to be consistent offensively. And all three of the guys that played the point just didn't play well. But it wasn't missing. Sometimes you run good offense and you miss shots. Sometimes you run bad offense and you make shots. Today, we did not run good offense. Everything we spoke about in scouting report, we didn't do offensively. In that middle portion of the first half where the separation took place, we didn't play that way. We played selfishly. We held the ball. We tried to play one-on-one. We were passive with our cutting, and we didn't play with a presence at the rim. I thought we did a better job of that in the second half. But we didn't miss shots today. Eric made shots, but missing shots wasn't the problem today. We just didn't play with we had 20 turnovers and played bad offense. That means bad shots. We had some, give you an example. We spoke about whenever we drive the ball from the side, you can't drive to the rim. Kessler's coming, and he's really good at that. You got to drive to that 10-foot mark and make decisions from there. The backside is usually open. Never once did we drive and kick it to the backside. Not once. And instead, we tried to score when we drove. And against Auburn, that's a bad shot because that guy's an elite shot blocker. And they take his block shots and his changing of shots, and they make it a layup on the other side. And so that's a quick example of some of the things that we were not good at today.
All right, we got time for one more. Mike, you go in the front here. Is the last question.
Frank, how was Keyshawn's spirit? I mean, obviously you guys have gone through a lot this season, whether it be, with him missing games early on, you guys have had to deal with COVID issues as well. Just with him being the leader of this team and someone that has gone through SEC play especially, how's he handling everything?
He's all right. He's okay. Keyshawn's grown up a lot. You would ask me that 2 years ago, I wouldn't have told you, but privately I would have been worried about him. He's grown up a lot. Key's going to be. I just hope that the shoulder's not something that keeps him out for a couple of weeks. But Key's in really good spirits, and he's in a much better place to handle adversity than he was a couple of years ago. And we need him. He's a good player. He presents some of the athleticism that we kind of lack sometimes when he's not in there on the perimeter. And but knock on wood. Hope he's all right.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.